Man, cuz your mama so fat.
What? Whoa.
What's going on?
Hey, man. You know you don't do that. You almost got your black card revoked, man.
What happened?
Man, you know you don't do no mama jokes like that, man. That start a fight, man.
Man, they did it on the Kevin Hart roast.
Shit, that's Kevin Hart.
They talking about people, family who died.
All right.
That's too far?
Hey, man. I think we need to talk about it, man.
All right, man. Hey, listen. How far is too far when it comes to these jokes? Is it a green light 100%? Or is it some rules and boundaries? Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Welcome back to OGs Uncut, Conversations on the Culture. I'm your host, Priest, and I'm with Big Cuz T-Rex.
The dude, man.
What it do, man?
Can't call it.
Can't call it, man.
Glad to be above ground and talking about another hot topic.
Hey, you know what?
Hot topic.
You say above ground, man. They was talking about some folks on the Kevin Hart roast who under the ground.
Yeah, man.
Man, they lit Cheryl Underwood husband up, boy.
Yeah.
Did you know he died like that?
No, I didn't know nothing about him killing himself. When they first did it, I thought, oh, damn, she that ugly. But no, when they kept going, I like, oh shit, he really
I didn't know
died.
either.
And they going this hard on him, but I was like,
that was the first.
okay.
That was when I first realized how hard it was going, because they was talking about like a bridge and her husband. I guess he jumped off the bridge.
Yeah,
and they was only in for like 3 years or some shit like that.
Yeah,
because it was like it just after 3 years he jumped off a bridge. Like, what the fuck?
I think it was the one where he was saying something. He was like, she looked like old boy off of they said she looked like Eddie Murphy or the donkey off of Shrek.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, and then he came back and said, yeah, I see why her husband killed himself or something like that. So I'm thinking it was she that ugly that somebody had killed himself, but I didn't know this nigga literally killed himself.
Yeah, jumped off the bridge.
But then when they kept going, my wife was like, oh, you never heard? And I was like, nah. She like, yeah, her husband committed suicide. And I was like, oh,
bro, they was
shit.
going hard. What was the host name? You remember? You know his name?
I don't know. I know he was white. I think that only he could have pulled that shit off.
I think he for like the dark humor, he did a great job because he was real witty with it.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like it was just,
And he let them know that he said, hey, I'm letting y'all know now.
Yeah, I talked to him.
They gave me the green light.
You could tell he was nervous.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, listen, guys, seriously. I called her and asked her if this is okay beforehand.
Yeah. And he said they gave me the okay to go races. And I was like, how far? And they was like, hey, boom.
What was you thinking while it was going, though? Because the reason I'm having this conversation, because I was listening to the radio on the way to work, and people was calling in. They was on different sides of it.
Right.
They was like, hold on, this is too far. Some folks were like, this is just comedy.
Yeah.
Was you thinking any of that when you was watching?
When I seen him say that, I was like, okay, that's it.
They taking it there.
No, I didn't know they was going to stay there, though. I was like, oh, okay. They just hit Cheryl Underwood, okay, and it's going to stop. But no, it was like every other Jones.
They kept going.
He kept coming back to her. So I was like, I started to feel uncomfortable, but then I had to realize.
Oh, you felt uncomfortable.
I felt uncomfortable when it first started. Maybe uncomfortable, or I was shocked that they was going that hard. But at the end of the day, I was like, damn, dog. Why are they going this hard? But then when I would check, what made me check my emotions and simmer and say, fuck it, it's comedy.
Right.
It's, when I say comedy, I'm thinking about like back in the day, like Richard Pryor, Red Fox.
But what was you feeling though?
When it first hit me, I was like, whoa. I was like,
it was just shocked. You weren't feeling one way or the other, right or wrong.
Yeah, I was just shocked that they was going that hard.
Yeah. I felt like that too, because I think Cheryl Underwood was the first when I was like, God damn, they going hard, like her husband, because I didn't know about that. And then they doing all the jokes, and other comedians started playing off the jokes, and I guess I was watching reactions, because I'm like, I know comedy is like green light area, but I'm looking at her to see how she respond, and then she got a smile on her face and she kind of laughing. And then old boy was like, I called and asked her, made sure it was okay, y'all.
Yeah.
Because he knew everybody was going far. Because you don't do no disclaimer like that if you know you ain't over the edge.
I think everybody felt like us. Because I just wasn't looking at Cheryl. I'm looking at everybody that was up there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the crowd reaction, celebrities' reactions. Even if you didn't see their reactions, when they were said, you had some people laugh, but you can feel the coldness in the air.
And the thing about it, because I think that's the magic.
So a lot of people, it wasn't scripted by far. It
Nah.
wasn't nobody. Everybody was like, what the
audience,
fuck? Yeah.
I think that's the magic of comedians.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's necessarily about how far is too far, but they push the boundaries and create a new comfort zone. Because it's like, that awkward shit that you can't do when you ain't joking, they push past that shit, and then you look around like, oh, okay, I guess we can laugh.
Yeah.
You know, because even Lizzo, man, like,
oh yeah,
they was like, you fat bitch. I'm like, okay, where the joke at, though? You know what I'm saying? They just going in on people at this point.
Yeah, like uncensored going in.
Yeah.
And I remember Kevin Hart said when they had roasted Tom Brady, get comfortable being uncomfortable. They did that shit with Kevin Hart roast.
Bruh, they took
if
it
you
there,
was
man.
if you was sensitive, you was gonna run up on the stage and do a Will Smith to that white dude, or you gonna be running back and forth to the bathroom because your stomach bubbling, you taking shit.
That's funny because I don't think anybody mentioned Will Smith in there, did they?
Did they mention it? No, but I'm shocked that they didn't. I want to say they did how hard they was going.
Can you imagine Will Smith in a setting like that?
He would.
Chris Rock got slapped for less.
Yeah,
dog.
And Will
what
Smith,
did he even say?
He said something about like, it was something about
his wife hair. Or
Jada Pinkett should have played G.I. Jane or some shit like that.
Yeah, but he ain't even hit a direct like.
Nah, he was just saying it like in a subliminal way.
Because of a low haircut, though, right?
And Will Smith, everybody laughed at it, and it's like, she gave him the look like, oh, you gonna let that shit slide? And it's like, he was like,
right.
Just got up and bow!
But see, this is what this discussion is about. Yeah. Because, see, Will Smith is black culture. Yeah. And regardless of what you want to say about Will Smith, everybody grew up on Fresh Prince. Yeah. Everybody listened to Summertime.
Everybody knows
everybody fuck. He from Philly, same place Kevin Hart from. Everybody fuck with Will.
Right.
Will said it's aligned with comedy. That's the statement he made when he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. He was like, yeah, this green light shit, but it's boundaries. That's the statement he making. And that's the question this conversation is addressing today. Are there boundaries? Because when you look at the Kevin Hart roast, it looked like it wasn't no boundaries. I mean, you got your protected groups who we ain't gonna focus on, like Jews. Ain't nobody touch them. LGBT. I'm just saying, we gotta mention it.
Right. Okay.
Because I ain't got no interest in talking about that.
Right.
But nobody mentioned that. And then trans and gay, they took a couple strays, but ain't nobody lean on them.
They didn't linger there.
Ain't nobody lean on them.
Uh-huh.
But you had a lot of shit that got hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kirk, Floyd. So let's throw that question out there, man. I mean, green light or no with comedy? What's the real deal?
I say green light everything. I think they should do it. But my thing is, don't go for one, go for all. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I me not being a comedian, people being in the crowd, you laugh at the shit until it hits home. So when it hits home, you should be like, fuck it, it's my turn. I can't be sensitive about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could talk about, like, say for instance, like Jeff Ross. He survived cancer, but they made a joke about it.
Right.
But say you never had nobody in your family, or you never had to see nobody pass away from that. Yeah. Like my mother-in-law passed away from that. I seen her take her last breath. But it hit. So I mean, I giggled at the jokes, but I never thought about, damn, my mother-in-law passed from it. But okay, now let's jump from that. Let's say we got a man that thought his son was straight, but then he find out that his son is gay, and crack the doll, and then you laughing at all the homo jokes, but then you find out your son gay. Now you be like, hey, don't Don't talk about that now. Now you in your feelings.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, if you gonna go all the way, because you laugh at shit that don't pertain to you, so laugh at the shit that do pertain to you.
I like that rule, though. I like what you said when it hit home. Because, see, in school, that's where the fight start. You know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody say, yo, mama, you hit home. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to fight you. But, see, here go the real shit, though. People only want to fight when they ain't got no comeback. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Because if you can hit them with the joke, you wouldn't want to fucking hit them with the right hook.
Yeah.
You dig?
But the hitting, not to cut you off, but the hitting, you only got a certain amount of time to swing, because if you wait too long, it loses its power.
That's true.
It's just like when you play basketball. When you go down on that recoil to go up, if you stay down too long, it's called the momentum. You ain't got no momentum, so you got to come back hard. So when people can't come back quick, you like.
But see, that's the thing.
Fight.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
When somebody hits you with a punchline and it knock your ass out, that's when you want to fight for real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we can't use that as an example of where the line at. Because nigga, you just sensitive because you ain't had no comeback.
Yeah.
If you had a comeback, you will be hitting with them.
Yeah.
But that's when you want to get buck and get physical.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, hitting home. How far is too far? Your mama jokes used to be the boundary back in the day. But man, they talk about people mama. They even talk about Kevin Hart mom, but they ain't go hard on it though.
Nah, they
talked
talked about
Hot
his
Wheels
dad,
track.
his dad on crack. And The Rock was like, look at my dad. And then he was like, look at Kevin's dad.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? He had him on the screen.
And then the wife too, though.
Yeah.
But The Rock, he was, we know it's comedy, right? Yeah. But I'm saying,
because he did a lot of shit that went across the line.
To me, I don't know. That right there is like,
you gotta be.
I gotta feel that though.
I can feel it, but I didn't feel it because I'm like, only your best friend or your close homeboy can get away with that.
It's gotta, and even
so
then,
that's what made me be like, ha 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 ha.
Even then, I feel like I don't know, that shit right there might need to be pre-planned. Like, okay, I know you going there.
Yeah.
Because if you going there, and I didn't know, then it's like that question in your head, like, nigga, well, how much of that was comedy? How much of that was real?
Yeah,
you know
like if you go there, don't stay there too long because.
But he stayed there a long time though.
So I would have, me personally, I would have caught feeling like, hold on, he's staying there for a long time.
He stayed there a long time.
Like he really must want to fuck my woman.
I'm looking at The Rock like, when is he gonna let up on Nico? You know what I'm saying? Like he going in and in, and Kevin Hart trying to be interactive with the jokes. Like that's my wife, and which is good humor for him. Like,
but he went hard.
Like,
he was he went hard on her. Then he started going on hard on Kevin saying, "Suck my nipple, sit on my lap." I'm like, this nigga giving bisexual energy hard.
I'm telling you, dog. That's why the whole the whole set was about fucking breaking boundaries. And maybe that's what Kevin Hart wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe, but is that good or bad though? Like, is it like, because to me, comedians push the conversation forward in the culture.
Right.
They're the ones, now that we talking about it, like it's a lot of shit that people talking about like in their house and stuff like that, but it don't really break out into the public until somebody can find some humor in it. And it creates space for everybody to be able to talk about it without getting sensitive.
I think it was good in the sense when you asked that question, because I think comedy is our safe space that is like capoeira. They banned them from doing it, so they figured out a way of making it into a dance, but they can still practice it.
Facts.
I think comedy is a safe space for us.
I like that analogy.
To air shit out where we truly feel fucked up, but we can make a joke about it, but we sending a message, and we getting a point across without you like, God damn it, I want to attack, but it's comedy.
It's a brilliant art, though.
So I think that's why I think them breaking the barriers should be, because shit, we just doing it as comedy. But you think about what these people, the powers that's been in this country breaking our barriers, and they got the shit on the news, and it ain't nothing that us as people could do shit about. So I think let them. I'm glad that they did. I think they should keep doing it as far as they can go with it, without. And I think they need to keep doing it where it's a group of them. So if they go after one, they got to go after all. Then it'll look obvious. I don't think. Now, only thing I say it shouldn't be one singular person doing it. It should be like a roast like that where they can go hard like that. And if anybody come at one and come at all, then it's gonna look clear. It's gonna be clear what's going on.
That it's an agenda.
It's an agenda.
Now I'm gonna push back on you for argument's sake. Now I hear what you're saying, and I like that. Great take. You know, comedians push the boundaries forward for conversation. I like the capoeira analogy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you use capoeira with they dancing, but it's a fighting style underneath the groove. You know, it's kind of like they say there's always truth in jest. There's always some real shit behind every joke, right? And I think that's how comedians break the boundaries. So in that respect, it's good. But let's talk about boundaries though. George Floyd, Charlie Kirk, right? People's dead relatives. Real shit. In real life. This is shit in real life people cry about. George Floyd fucking changed the face of the United States for 2020 during COVID. The people rioted over that shit. It created the Black Lives Matter movement. Real shit. Real issues, real people. So it's like, I guess, when's the right time? Or is it a thing where it's the right time to it? Because you know how some people, they'll put out a joke and they'll be like, was that too early? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's an expiration date and then you can go in on it. Or it's some shit sacred that you just shouldn't touch.
Well, this one would be a yes and no. I think they should talk about it, but I think it was the wrong time.
You think this was the wrong time? Too early or just bad season time?
Too early. The wrong season to it. I think like 2 or 3 roasts down the road, they should do something like that. Because of the magnitude of this roast, it could prepare people more for hearing something like the Charlie Kirk, the Floyd. I think they went too far as an aspect of, okay, y'all went too far. Because this is the first time we ever seen a roast hit at this level. So I ain't saying they wrong for talking about it, but I think it was too soon for them to do it.
For both Kirk and Floyd.
Yeah.
Because Floyd was 2020. That's 6 years, you know.
Yeah, but I know. I'm not talking about the time frame or how long. I'm just talking about the style of being going back to the old way comedy used to be when everybody wasn't sensitive. Once everybody get back to that, then them type of jokes about Floyd, Rodney King, and shit like that, OJ and shit like that, Michael Jackson.
Rodney King.
Michael.
That's a good point. Because we joke about Rodney King right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoop
Can
my
we all
ass,
just get
give
along?
me my cash type shit. Yeah. So I think.
But he didn't die though, so that's.
But he didn't die. But at that time, comedy was still hardcore. Comedians was talking about everything back in the time.
But I bet you can't think about no one who was killed in a situation like that where it was jokes made. To me, I think this is the first. I can't think of nobody like that.
I mean, I think it was comedians talking about it, but it's people that we can't remember.
That's kind of like joking about Emmett Till.
Because they was joking, I mean, well, like they made jokes about Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying? They made jokes about Prince, his dad got killed, or they made jokes about their dad got shot. I was watching some movie called Vacation with Cedric, and Bow Wow was like, because he told Bow Wow in the car, I don't want to listen to no rap music about shooting. So Bow Wow was in the back, Tupac shot, Al Green shot, like that.
Right.
He was making jokes. And I was like, damn. So, but they was making jokes about them.
But he wasn't, but I feel like they weren't, I think the word is desecrating, you know, like the dead. Because it's one thing to make reference, like that's making a reference.
They
like,
still make jokes about Timbuktu.
You still respecting them though. But you still respect. What you saying? Go ahead.
They make jokes about Timbuktu. This nigga been dead. They said that's still nigga. They said they still passing that nigga around like he doing concerts. Like they traveling around with his casket or whatever.
Right.
They won't even put him in retirement. He been dead.
But I'm saying, to me, this is a different level though. Like Tupac dead, shot, Marvin Gaye shot, Biggie shot.
Yeah.
That's, you still, the undertone is like, these are great artists. That's the undertone.
Right.
But you using the fact that they got shot as a reference. But the way these jokes went in on the actual death. It's almost like the spirit of this comedy was almost like you digging up the dead person from the grave and you meddling with their body. It's like that.
Right.
So to me, it's like it's a clear boundary that you crossing. Now, the thing is, comedians got they got the they ain't got just the past, but they got the mojo to do that. Especially when you a good comedian.
Yeah.
You can make people laugh at some morbid shit.
Yeah.
But
especially if that's your style of comedy anyway.
Yeah, if that's your style of comedy
Dave
anyway.
Chappelle can pull that off.
Yeah, but it's like, let me see. I mean, because I'm thinking, should there be boundaries? Like, for real. But let's discuss after the break.
Okay.
After the break, we're going to really get into, should there be a line drawn? You got George Floyd, Charlie Kirk, Cheryl Underwood's dead husband. How far is too far? We're going to see where the boundaries should really lie after the break. Did you know that the best place for your business, service, or product is in live conversation? Every time people talk about what you do, it spreads your reach into the marketplace. Big companies use your voice all the time. Every time you're talking about that Amazon delivery or your Apple phone experience, you're advertising. Why not take charge of how your business is placed in the marketplace conversation? OGs Uncut Podcast and Media has a perfect solution for you. We'll take your product, place it in a quality conversation that highlights who you are, what you do, and why you matter to the consumer. Take charge of how you position in the conversation in the marketplace. It matters. If you want to know what kind of packages we offer, we got the contact information right here. Reach out and let's work. Looking forward to hearing from you. Salute. All right, folks, welcome back. How far is too far, right? One of the jokes on the Kevin Hart roast was about lynching. It was a joke on lynching. And I heard on the radio, 93.9 up here in the DC, DMV area, the radio host was like, nobody touches the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like a forbidden topic when you talk about jokes. Nobody's going to go in and talk about whatever happened to them and make a joke about it. But lynching seems to have a green light. But for us, lynching is our Holocaust, which arguably was greater in magnitude, longer in time, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So is what's good for the goose good for the gander? Or should we kind of take on the same mindset as Jewish folks and defend like our sacred suffering, if you will, to be like, kind of put that your mama joke energy on it. You shouldn't touch lynching. What you think about that? Because I had mentioned this to you on the phone before you go. I feel like if you got all black folks, we wherever we kicking it, and we throwing them jokes back and forth, we not gonna naturally go there. We not gonna joke on, amongst us, I don't think we gonna really joke on lynching, somebody hanging from a tree. We ain't gonna joke on George Floyd. It's certain Trayvon Martin. We're not gonna joke on them kind of things.
Right.
So do you think we should do more like the Jews do and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit too much.
Which one? If we
lynching
around our own people?
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. Should we gatekeep? Okay. Should we gatekeep? Right, like our historical trauma. Should we gatekeep that? It's a no-fly zone when it comes to the jokes, or is anything?
I would say is no-fly zone just for the simple fact we haven't been. One of the
I see where you're going.
One of the reasons why I say they shouldn't joke on it is because we haven't been compensated.
We ain't out the woods, really.
We ain't out the woods, but we ain't never got compensated.
Yeah.
Jews went through it, but they got compensated.
That's interesting, but they gatekeep.
But I'm saying, I'm about to go there with it. They gatekeep and they're getting
rewarded.
Right.
They're
getting the businesses where they're making billions and millions and stuff. Actually,
so like they should be able to take a joke.
Actually, what they control, where they make their money is off of our talent, our success, entertainment, rapping.
So it's almost like they should be able to take a joke.
Yeah.
Y'all sitting good.
See, that's where I was about to go.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. But they also gatekeeping. So I feel like we should gatekeep until we can get to a status like y'all. And then maybe we can shoot back at each other when it like joke for joke.
I think that's a brilliant take, cuz, and I gotta jump in. I think that's a brilliant take. You normally have brilliant takes, but what I like about that is what you just said got to be highlighted, because if we don't gatekeep that, if we don't gatekeep our historical trauma, we'll never get taken seriously to get the get back. Because even people even make a joke about reparations. I mean, think about how much we've allowed people to cross the sacred boundaries for our historical trauma, to the point that we've got the most documented and extreme suffering probably in the history of the world, or close to it. But yet people can joke about us being compensated for the suffering, and I think that's all because of the kind of conversation we allow about that. So I agree that is completely the boundary. We could probably end the fucking show on that, because it's like if you're it's almost like saying if the wound hasn't been healed or addressed, then you can't start taking shots at the damn limb.
Yeah,
it's not ready yet. Yeah, and I think when
y'all went through the healing, y'all done got therapy. And y'all done got compensated.
So you got that money.
And you got you gatekeeping, and you have the powers that be that back y'all to enforce that gatekeeping. Like say United States backing Israel. That one little small little country, nobody won't fuck with it. Not because it's God protecting them and it's Israel. It's because United States is backing their ass. Right. If United States wasn't backing their ass, Pakistan would have done took Israel back. A lot of people would have then fucked up Israel. Only reason why the motherfuckers got the bite is almost like was Sylvester and Tweety Bird. And Tweety Bird be talking all that shit, but that big dog behind him and Sylvester and Tweety Bird bucking, and the whole time it's the dog.
The big dog, yeah.
So that's kind of the...
it's kind of like Israel, yeah.
Yeah, that's like Israel. So I think that's how I look. That's why Jews go so hard, and that's why they talk about this anti-Semitic and you can't do this and do that. So no, I feel like once we get all the stuff that you got, then I feel like it's fair exchange to talk about lynching, and we talk about then no, you can't say it, just like no, you can't say nigger.
I agree, and I think a good point. You know what I'm saying? But we don't allow nigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's a firm boundary. You know, in the black community. So I feel like
that white boy ain't go that hard on the Kevin Hart shit.
Yeah, that's facts. That's a firm that's a firm bound, and I feel like we need to keep that same energy with our historical trauma, because we ain't been compensated, and if we don't take our historical trauma seriously, it don't mean we got to be sensitive about everything. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not saying
every little thing got to get you bent out of shape. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're really trying to get people to seriously compensate you for injuries done, because you're talking about real damage, not to get into it, but you're talking about all these communities destroyed, legacies lost, land lost, historical knowledge lost, institutional knowledge lost, all of that shit. Yeah. I mean,
we standing so
where the cash at?
Yeah, so until then, we standing on standards and accountability.
No. And the thing, here's a question that we got to ask.
What's that?
What does it say about us, the fact that we allow our sacred shit to be desecrated? What does that say about us here as a collective? Even that we have to have this discussion as to whether or not shit that's way out there is too far. Does that say anything about our mindset?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think the people out here take us as a joke. They take us as a joke. They only go hard in their community. They don't go hard outside of their community.
It's interesting, and I think
that's what I think. That's why they laugh at us, because they like they just talk.
Yeah.
they not gonna do nothing. And if they are gonna get mad, they're not gonna go nowhere to tear up nobody's shit. They're gonna stay in their
own shit.
They're gonna tell, so they take it as all as a joke.
And if they do something, it's not gonna be organized and strategic or sustainable. It's gonna be an emotional outlash. That's
either by
be,
their own hand or by their hand, where they can send somebody in that's one of our people to sell out and destroy it.
A short fuse emotional outlash, and I think that's something that we should think about when we talk about these boundaries. You know, what's our self perception? What are we letting people know as far as how to treat us? You did, because it's just like on a personal level. If a dude was disrespecting your space, you're not gonna allow that. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's certain boundaries somebody cross, you gonna set a firm boundary so they don't think that, you know, that's just something that they can do.
Yeah.
And it's the same way as a collective. When we let people keep crossing the boundaries, we can call it comedy and all of that shit. But when it comes to certain things, when you let people cross over, they always gonna be like, oh, we can always disrespect them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can run all up in there, and as long as we got a smile on our face and hee ha ha
and talk
it's
nicely,
all good. But I agree with you that would be all good if the wounds was healed.
Yes.
It would be all good if the compensation was there.
Yeah.
But the fact that we still nursing wounds, we still got serious injuries in places, some people doing really good, but some people doing really bad, all stemming from that historical trauma.
No.
We kind of got to guard that
until
folks take us seriously enough to really start helping with some repairs.
Yeah. Then you can throw jokes about lynching, so to speak, and we can go hard about the Holocaust. Because we good now, but until we good now, that's like you say, the wound. Somebody just keep digging in your wound. They see it's about healed, but then they hit it or they bust your stitches and shit, and now you got to keep going back getting it restitched.
Right. Right. And they're like, oh, he good with bleeding. He good. You know what I'm saying? He don't mind.
Used to the abuse.
I know it look good, but he used to abuse. Look, he's smiling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like you're a culprit. You endorsing your own abuse, your own demise. and the way people justify that is okay is by pointing to your reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, he laughing. Yeah, we poking him and we stabbing him, but look, he laughing. It's good.
Oh, no, I do one better. Look at him. He's going to church and he's just going to pray about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll forgive anyway. It's the same energy.
I have to throw a jab at that because I think if we wasn't caught up on that, a lot of shit would have been got done by now.
Hey, I agree, dog.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Because they go by, but they do everything outside of it and they steady doing this. We going by, but we steady going like this. So hey.
I agree, man. I think, man, that's about a full circle conversation, dog. I don't know if you got any other thoughts or last thoughts on this.
Not really. I think last couple of times, most of the time, I've been falling into the place of my closers be in the conversation. I just hope people take what we saying, even though it's about the comedy roast with Kevin Hart, but it's a lot of subliminal stuff that you can take from it. And there's a lot of things that we're talking about that people need to take serious.
Yeah.
Because I think this can be blowback on us because, you know that saying, you give a motherfucking inch, they'll take a mile. And the next thing you know, you'll start seeing some white comedians coming out here thinking that it's okay.
Thinking that they got a license on
because the white boy was hosting and it's like, nah, motherfucker. So we got to be prepared for that. So that's why we having this conversation. That even though they did it, we got to safeguard it. And no, that was because it was a roast.
Yeah.
That's not something that's going to be a normal fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's my closing remark on that one.
And then in the halls of power where people should be taking action to repair damages done by the government, by official agencies, when they see the sentiment of us as a group, don't take it. It's another excuse not to take shit seriously. Mm-hmm. We know we should be cutting checks. We know we should be setting programs specific to this group, but hey, they're good with it. Yeah. They're joking about their suffering. I would say this as my last thoughts. Comedy is not equal. It's almost kind of like they say men and women, our roles in relationships are not equal. I feel like comedy is not equal. I can joke on my pain. You know, like I can my pain, my suffering, I can go as far as I want to with it. It's mine. But you, when it's somebody else, you got to check with me to see how far is too far. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I own my shit and I know where I'm at with it. It's just like the word nigga. Mm-hmm. You know, that come with a lot of pain and suffering. We remixed it or whatever, repurposed it, and now we use it. We put that slang on it, but we still tell other groups, nah, not you. You know what I'm saying? So It's like some stuff is just that way.
Right.
It's like you can use it because it belongs to you. You went through it, but that don't mean you got a license for it. And I think we got to treat our historical trauma the same way. We have to be the ones, if we gonna push the boundaries and go there and open that for a comedy green light, we got to be the ones to do it, and the rest of the world should take cues from us.
Right.
And not just,
Okay.
All right, well, we want to hear from y'all. Weigh in on the comments. I know y'all watched the roast. Everybody talking about it. Folks on one side or the other. What's on? You got something else on your mind?
Nah. I know people they thinking one way or the other.
Yeah, but we put some stuff on y'all mind to think about. Get in the comments and let us know where y'all at. Where y'all at with these boundaries? How far is too far? Or you like, hey, quit being sensitive. It's all comedy. We want to hear from you. But either way, we appreciate you watching. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on the other platforms, listen up and share. But as we always say, don't you watch and hide. Like and subscribe. Till next time, we out.
Peace.
Peace.
Ugh.